Welcome, wrestling fans, to the first ever PWX podcast. I'm your host, Todd Double D DeFazio. We got a lot going on, but we're not even going to waste any time because we have in the building, well, actually via Skype, CEO STEPHON DEVEREUX. How you doing, sir?
I'm in the building.
I made a mistake. I said, I'm so excited. This is our first ever podcast. We got a lot going on. The unified champion, the unified PWX champion, Tjay Sykes, is going to be joining us a little later on. We're going to recap the BURGH BRAWL, but we had to kick it off with the CEO, the man himself. He has a huge announcement for all the fans tonight. Just what other way can we kick it off?
Man, look, I want to thank you for letting me be first, because I have a very busy night ahead of me. And first and foremost, I want to thank you, Mr. Todd DeFazio, man, I've known for, 25 years, bro?
Yeah, it's a long time.
25
man.
years,
long time.
okay? 25 years. And to think we're here now. Think about that, bro. So that's a little backstory. But I want to get into why I'm here. Now, look, when I first got this position, I believed that, I was going to be able to restore what we call the legacy of Pro Wrestling Express. And that was my number one goal. And I felt we did that back in December, actually in October, when Joshua Kavad beat O'Reilly Chambers. I felt he restored the legacy of PWX. And when we go into December, we had an awesome anniversary show. And this past show where 987 and Jim Miller went into the circle of respect. Once again, reintroduction. So talking to my committee, had a little feeling, of nostalgia, from the days of, when I was running this company called Three Rivers Wrestling here in Pittsburgh. And I was battling the company that I work for right now. It was called PWX. They were the giant. And now I got this job. And one of the things that I wanted to do was restore that legacy, like I said. But in order to do that, I had to go back into the past of PWX and bring back an old friend of mine's. And that old friend of mine's is that Three Rivers Wrestling Championship. Yes, we are going to bring back the Three Rivers.
I don't mean to
Wrestling.
interrupt you, but this is a PWX podcast exclusive.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Because I didn't want to tell no one else but my man Todd DeFazio, bro. Come on, man. Idiot radio dudes. Come on. Anyway. But this Three Rivers title, people know we've had Crusher Hansen, Lee Moriarty, Boomer Payne, who was just here. Man, I was so excited to see Boomer Payne last week. But we've had these, legends of PWX have held this title. And I'm a little nervous right now because But how we're going to do this is we're going to have a 16-man tournament, and that's going to start this show, May 7th. And it's going to end, main event for the Three Rivers title, September 10th. And we got something so huge for that September 10th show that I can't even get into it, but I'm going to give you a little piece. And it's that Three Rivers title that is going to be finally home at PWX, because we need to bring it back. And this has nothing to do with the company that's out there that I used to run that's running again. No beef. But remember, PWX has that Three Rivers title, and it's time to bring it back.
Very, very exciting news. Way to kick off big news on the first episode. I can't believe, like you said, all the years that we've done this has all come full circle. I mean, we were doing stuff on public access television. Now we're doing things in one of the biggest wrestling companies in all of Pittsburgh history. So
it was fate, bro. We were both supposed to be here. You know that.
I appreciate the opportunity. I appreciate to be here.
We appreciate you.
I hope I do you well, do justice for you. That being said, any other news that you have before we let you go? I know you're a busy man.
Well, I do have some news, but I was going to actually see if we can bring the big guy himself on here one day and explain the scholarship opportunities that we're going to be giving to two students over the next year in the name of Ron the Beast and Shawn the Shocker. And I'd rather let Mr. Miller do that because,
That'd be great.
This was his brainchild. And you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be taking credit because then people be like, oh, see that. No, this is Jim's idea. Jim wanted to do this. He said, we doing this. And he said, and here's the thing. I totally forgot about it. Like, I forgot about it, but he made sure that to remind me before I went out there.
Yeah.
And, the last week. So,
yeah, we kind of touched on it at the BURGH BRAWL before intermission when we announced. So, yeah, that
history.
So another exclusive. Jim Miller, the founder and creator of PWX, will be here, let's say, next episode, which will be 1 week before the show, May 7th. Heavy is the head that wears the crown at the PWX Community Center, 7 p.m. You can get your tickets right now at ProWrestlingExpress.com. It's $15 for general admission, $20 for front row. The front row seats are where you want to be because that's where all the action is, right?
Yeah. Ask my man Champ, you know what I'm saying, a number one fan of PWX. He'll tell you he got his front row seat every show, same place. It doesn't matter, you know what I'm saying? He's always at every show, and he'll tell you front row.
A belated happy birthday to Champ. Circle of Respect.
That's my man's, man. That's why I love Champ.
We love you, and we love the support always. I actually had Mick Foley send a shout out to him in PWX for his birthday, so that was pretty awesome. Hey,
before you let me go, I do got a little beef, but I really can't get into it right now. It's not
okay.
This beef is with our new PWX champion, Tjay Sykes. Now, TJ, I promise not to get in your business, but I'm going to let you know this, bro. I can't have you putting your hands on the women. What you did to Lilith last week, you know what I'm saying? I may not agree with the chick a lot, but I'm not going to have you because you will be upset if one of these guys came out here and did that to your gorgeous best friend, Nikki, wherever you call her.
So could there be some consequences? I'm warning you, bro. Could there be some consequences come May 7th?
No, because here's the deal. It was one time, you know what I'm saying? I really don't think he meant to do anything, to harm her. He just wanted that damn leg. Like, bro wanted that leg.
When I saw that, and we're getting a little ahead of ourselves into the recap of BURGH BRAWL, but when they were beating Chambers with her leg, I thought I seen everything, and that was probably a first for me, and I thought I've seen it all until then.
And I swear to you, Todd, I'm trying to learn my lesson because I dealt with Chambers before, and I tried to be a heavy hand, and here's a guy who came and actually had my back.
Yeah.
People don't understand when I got here, when I got this job, Chambers was my first hire. O'Reilly Chambers was my first hire. Why? Because I seen the potential in this kid. Now, I didn't like the way he went about winning that title, but it's okay. You know what I'm saying? But when I needed him the most, dude had my back.
Yeah.
So what I'll tell TJ, don't be shocked that the dude finds a way to get his revenge one day. I would not be surprised because I know how O'Reilly Chambers thinks. I do. And I'm not going to, no fines or anything like that, but I'm just warning him because PWX is getting a little wild these days.
A stern warning.
Yes, I'm going to give him that stern warning because
he got unified champion Tjay Sykes.
He got the crown on his head. He got the titles. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. So let's see how he deals with the surprise that I got planned next show.
All right. Thank you, CEO STEPHON DEVEREUX. Now it's the time I'm going to turn it over to the fans. You, the fans, open phone lines. STEPHON DEVEREUX did not give me a producer yet or a co-host, so I'm flying solo. The phone lines are hot. You could call in 412-407-SHOW, be part of the conversation. So let's just recap the BURGH BRAWL. I want to get you the fans, your opinion on what you thought had transpired. We kind of talked about it with CEO STEPHON DEVEREUX, and we discussed how Lilith, they took her leg and beat Chambers with it. That was in the main event, but let's break it down match by match and all the events that happened in chronological order. If you want to join the party, give me a call, 412-407-SHOW. We're going to talk about it. We want to hear what you have to say, the fans. This is your forum for you to speak your mind. Something you love, something you hated. We want to hear it. In the meantime, let's start breaking down BURGH BRAWL. The BURGH BRAWL took place 1 week ago tonight. It was the Sean Shocker Evans and Ron Beast Williams Memorial BURGH BRAWL. The show began with a ceremony for the reintroduction of the PWX Circle of Respect. The person that came into the ring was the former voice, Jeff Gorman of PWX. Another CEO, STEPHON DEVEREUX, said about tradition in the past. Well, Jeff Gorman graced the ring and inducted PWX promoter, creator, the brainchild behind it all, Jim Miller, into the Circle of Respect, and the legendary group known as 987 with JB Destiny, Boomer Payne, CK Fortune, and Gator. Big night for bringing back the Circle of Respect. It showed a lot of tradition, and it was nice to see some of the original members of PWX in the building for the ceremony. So lots of tradition there, and it was great to be a part of it. And I was actually the ring announcer, so I got to see it up close and personal, and it was really cool. And it was nice to see, you kind of tugged at Jim's heartstrings a little bit with this one, and it was nice. It was nice to see that side of him. The BURGH BRAWL, 23 competitors. It was a battle royal. It included 987 member Boomer Payne. He was one of the competitors in the BURGH BRAWL battle royal. As the final entrant was introduced, Derek Wayne. His dream of getting that trophy and a title contract was cut short because Tjay Sykes hijacked Wayne before he could get out the entranceway and put a stop to that. And Sykes would go into the BURGH BRAWL and as the final competitor and win the trophy and the guaranteed contract to cash in at any time for a championship. And that he did, folks. We'll be talking about that shortly. Like I said, join the conversation, 412-407-SHOW. This next match was probably one of my favorite matches of the night. The Angel Gate match. Casey Lennox defeated Danny DeVille, and which post-match was revealed that Kenzie Nova is now the new CEO of Fight Society, and she brought Casey Lennox along with her. I was a little disappointed. I really wanted to like Casey Lennox. She came out to the crowd into the ring with a Baltimore Ravens t-shirt on. If that's not more of a slap in the face to the fans of PWX, I don't know what is. Between that and joining Fight Society, Casey Lennox really disappointed me. I wanted her. I wanted to root for her. I wanted to cheer for her, but it really pissed me off. Casey Lennox is now part of Fight Society along with new CEO Kenzie Nova, and it's disappointing. But Angel Gate CEO Jasmine, it was announced earlier this week on the PWX social media and on the website. She is wasting no time and already has that match booked for May 7th. Heavy the head that wears the crown is the head that wears the crown. May 7th, 7 p.m. at the PWX Community Center. She's bringing in former Angel Gate champion Casey Spinelli, and she will represent Angel Gate and PWX and take on Fight Society's Casey Lennox. Tickets on sale at ProWrestlingExpress.com. So that is the very first of many matches announced for May 7th, and you, the fans, that's one. If you're familiar with Angel Gate and you know who Casey Lennox is, and if you know who Casey Spinelli is, Casey Spinelli, former champion, she's great. and I hope she brings justice to Angel Gate and brings justice for Jasmine. So, Casey Lennox, look out, because you got your hands full come May 7th. Up next, we're going to talk about the Fight Society members had an open challenge to unify the PWX and UCW tag titles. Haas Haggood filled in for as Manic's partner because Pav Novak was unable to compete after an injury he suffered during the BURGH Brawl. 3 teams had answered the challenge. Chief Thunderbear and Gus, the Gardener, and new members, Defiance, had joined PWX. They answered the challenge, and Black Magic came in as well as a surprise, as STEPHON DEVEREUX had tried to shut down bringing in any more competitors. Black Magic came out and walked away, the new unified PWX Tag Team Champions, pinning Gus the Gardener. So congratulations to Black Magic on the tag team win. Aaron Connors, he had his hands full. He would come out victorious on his mission to unify the PWX Heritage title with the UCW American title after a hard-fought victory over Eric Ecton. So it was nice to see Aaron Connors come out on top of that one. I think he has a bright future with PWX and in the sport in general. 412-407-SHOW is the number to call. Join the party. Join the conversation. We're going to be talking more about we're going to talk about Chance the Prophet. He came out to return to PWX, and the fans love this guy. Chance Prophet picked up a big victory over Rick Racon, and it was a great victory, and the fans love him. And from hearing the rumblings in the crowd, I heard split stories. I heard some of the fans say they want to see Chance Prophet take on O'Reilly Chambers at some point, and then I heard some of the fans after the show say they would like to see Chance Prophet and O'Reilly Chambers team up and take on the likes of Black Magic and Tjay Sykes. So now we're at the main event here, and the main event was insane. It was insane from the beginning. James Ellsworth, the PWX champion, came out prior to the bell. He sent his goons from Fight Society, these goofs. Why does this happen? Every show, the henchmen come out and they attack the UCW champion, O'Reilly Chambers, before the bell in hopes that Chambers would call off the match. But Chambers refused and told Ellsworth to get in the ring, despite having the deck stacked against him. In the end, it was O'Reilly Chambers forcing James Ellsworth to tap out. He defied all the odds, and just when you didn't think he could make it through, he becomes the undisputed PWX champion. But it was very, very short-lived. Not even a moment to celebrate. At that point, Black Magic had come out and attacked Chambers and his partner, RK Sawyer. And surrounding the ring, the lights went out and came out to reveal that our guest coming up in a few moments, Tjay Sykes, attacks Chamber to cash in his guaranteed title shot and earned the night's win when he earned the night's win at the BURGH Brawl. Chambers fought off Sykes as long as he could, trying to overcome the odds once again, but returning Nikki would appear, bashing Chambers with a weapon, and help Sykes get the win to become the new undisputed PWX champion. What's going on? What's going to happen? Dangerous by Design members Tjay Sykes, Nikki, and Black Magic are going into Heavy. Heavy is the head that wears the crown May 7th, 7 p.m. at the PWX Community Center. Tickets on sale now at ProWrestlingExpress.com. CEO STEPHON DEVEREUX had touched on what was going to happen. That they're going to get a stern warning for putting hands on Lilith, using her leg to attack Chambers, which was one of the craziest things I've ever seen in all my years of watching professional wrestling. Coming up next, we have the man himself, Tjay Sykes. He'll be coming into the PWX podcast as our very first guest. I have a little clip of so we got to catch up with them after the big win when they have all the belts in the back. They had just a few words to say, and then Tjay will be in right after that. So let's go right into this clip here and listen to what Dangerous by Design has to say.
This house belongs to me now.
Congratulations to all of us. Tony Macko and Mason Walls, Black Magic, your new PWX Tag Team Champions. And let me be the first to say that we told you so. Mac, ain't nobody better than us, bro.
Ain't nobody better than us. Ain't nobody tougher than us. Ain't nobody gonna move like us. They can't see us. We at the top. All that strip, nobody shared with. We up here. We number one. We hate y'all. We love the fact that y'all hate us. We think got that same facts. None of that. We at the top. Come try it. Ain't no more 6-man, 10-man, 93-man, none of that tag match stuff. Nah, we coming off the one. Anybody who wants these problems can get it. Now we gonna let our main champ talk.
The thing about being at the top is that the air is a little bit thin. It's a little bit hard to breathe. And those who aren't worthy enough, they fall off. O'Reilly Chambers had his time in the sun, the planets, the stars, everything was in line for him to be the champion, and he was for a short period of time. Everyone thought Tjay Sykes, the Red Prince, was out. They thought I was down. They thought they were never going to see the Red Prince ever again in PWX. But when my back was against the wall, I decided to break the whole goddamn thing down. And these championships are my proof. Chambers, the odds were against me, but I don't play the odds. I play the man, and I play to win. And that is very, very dangerous. And that's by design.
There it was, Dangerous by Design. We caught up with them right after they won all of the belts at the PWX event 1 week ago. And right here, I have him patched in studio with me right now, the Red Prince, the PWX Undisputed Champion, Tjay Sykes. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing a lot better if I get the respect that I deserve from STEPHON DEVEREUX, but clearly that's not going to be a part of the case.
You know what, Tjay? I don't want to be on your bad side. I partially agree.
That wouldn't be a smart thing to do.
I partially agree with STEPHON DEVEREUX. To a point, I think you're the most talented guy in the building.
I just hear a giant butt coming on. What is that butt?
But I don't
Come
think,
on, go ahead, Double D.
TJ,
Go ahead.
I don't think you need the likes of Black Magic. I don't think you need Nikki. I don't think you could do these things by yourself. I get it. It's an insurance policy.
I have done everything by myself. Nikki and Black Magic, they're my family. They are my stable. They are a part of me. They are DBD for life. And they wanted to be right there to share that moment that I had with everybody else in PWX, my family at ringside, Nikki and Black Magic, but everyone thinks that I need them to win a match. Black Magic didn't need me to win the tag team championships, did they?
No, they did not. And
we are fully capable of handling our own business. They just wanted a front row seat, a good seat in the house to watch me do what I do best, and that is win championships, especially in PWX, as you can see from the championship behind me.
Let me
So
back.
you're right, Double D, about one thing. You don't want to be on my bad side, but slowly and surely you're starting to get there.
Let me backpedal a little bit. I just want to say congratulations. You had a big night 1 week ago. You found the opportunity. You took the final spot in the BURGH BRAWL, and you came out victorious with the trophy and the contract, which props to you for that. Winning the BURGH BRAWL. I mean, where did that come? Was that part of the plan all along, or
Did you hear what I had to say after the match? See, I gave O'Reilly Chambers some time to be champion. I gave him a short amount of time. I wanted him to enjoy his time in the sun. I said everything was aligned for him to become the champion that night, and he did. So I took a break. I took a step back. I let him have his moment, but guess what? There's only room at the top for one, and he had the spot for long enough. So winning the BURGH BRAWL, honestly, it meant a lot. I know what that BURGH BRAWL means. I know the history of the BURGH BRAWL. I know who it's dedicated to, and I wanted to uphold the history of PWX. There was no disrespect on my end to PWX, just the people who inhabit it. So winning the BURGH BRAWL was very special, and honestly, I am honored to have won it.
Well,
It just wasn't a night of Mr. Wayne that night.
Congratulations to you for that. Tensions with Nikki going into the we're at an all-time high from the show in March.
Let me stop you right here, like, because you're bringing up Nikki a good bit of times here. Let me backtrack myself to something that STEPHON DEVEREUX said, that he thinks that Nikki's afraid of anybody in PWX. You guys actually think that Nikki can't handle herself? You guys actually think that O'Reilly Chambers could match up to Nikki? Nikki would break that man in half, and STEPHON DEVEREUX, if he keeps disrespecting her the way that he has been.
Okay.
Lilith was in the wrong place at the wrong time. So guess what? She decided to step into my world. My world is the PWX ring. She decided to stay in my world. And guess what happens to people who stay in my world when they're not welcomed? Exactly what happened to Lilith. And as for her leg,
that was the craziest thing I've ever seen in wrestling, by the way.
Well, you're welcome for that.
But you're kind of dancing around my question. March, tensions between you and Nikki were an all-time high. When the chair shot heard from all of McKeesport happens, you lose the UCW championship. Was this part of the big picture, the plan to get into the brawl and unify the titles that way?
In our line of work, mistakes happen. And on that night, a mistake happened. These tensions that you keep alluding to that I have with Nikki, there's 13 years of friendship between me and her. There's going to be ups and downs, and we've been with each other through the ups, through the downs, through all of the pitfalls in our lives and our relationships. And you know what? Last month was one of the falls. But guess what? 13 years of friendship ain't going to change everything that we've been through. And guess what? We're back on top like we've always been. There are no tensions between me and Nikki. There's no problems between me and Nikki. We are rock solid.
My question to you is, can you trust her moving forward?
With my life.
Okay. What's next for Dangerous by Design? Yourself, Black Magic, and Nikki. What's next?
Like, hold on. Like, I think you're trying to just speed through this interview here.
No.
I think you're trying to get me. You got me on here just to keep me on for 2 minutes, and like, just want to see what's next already.
No,
let's dig a little bit deeper.
You're the champion.
I am the champion.
That's right.
I'm the PWX heavyweight champion. So I want to keep going back to a few things that STEPHON DEVEREUX had to say, because we're not going to dance around that.
We have a phone call. Do you mind if I get one of the fans on the phone?
Go right ahead.
Okay, caller, you're on the air.
You want to get a fan on the phone? This is Nikki.
Oh.
You
My
messed up.
name's getting thrown around an awful lot on this podcast.
Well, you are part of Dangerous by Design. You are in TJ Sykes' corner. You did affect him losing the UCW title in March, and you were a big part of him winning the undisputed PWX title in April.
I think we get that. I think we get the timeline, Todd.
Yeah, I was there. TJ was there. Pretty sure all the fans were there too. So we don't need a time lapse, nothing like that.
I mean, from the message boards and the places I've been, I've seen people
that's
questioning
some real journalism right there. You're going to the message boards.
Your loyalty to TJ, and can he trust you in the future?
TJ knows he can trust me. TJ can always trust me. 13 years of friendship, like he said.
The chair shot heard around McKeesport.
Accidents happen, Todd.
Happens here and there. He knows nothing was
I
meant
completely understand. I completely understand. I
See,
mean,
the thing with Lilith was an accident, but I just capitalized on it.
I
can't help it. She lost her leg.
I completely understand.
Shit happens.
Well, Nikki, since you're on the
phone. But I do have one quick thing while I'm on the phone. I do want to address Aaron or STEPHON DEVEREUX.
Yes.
Whatever he wants to go by nowadays. You actually think that I'm going to put up with a man putting his hands on me? You've seen what I've done to men in PWX. No one stands a chance.
I think he's trying to scare Nikki, but do you not realize Nikki doesn't scare?
That is a stern warning for the locker room at PWX, and a stern warning for CEO STEPHON DEVEREUX.
No. Not a warning. That is a promise. That is a threat.
Yeah.
If you try to put your hands on Nikki, she's going to deal with you and deal with her in her way.
Has anyone tried? I haven't seen
They're
that.
not stupid enough to.
Okay, I was going to say I haven't seen that. They weren't using your leg to beat up TJ. It was the other way around. No disrespect.
Well, yeah.
No disrespect.
Again, no disrespect. But the men in the locker room know. Don't step to me.
I believe that.
Do you think Aaron Connors is going to step to Nikki? Do you think RK Sawyer is going to step to Nikki? Do you think Chance Prophet is going to step to Nikki?
I'm not disagreeing with you any way, shape, or form.
But it seems like earlier on you wanted to side with STEPHON DEVEREUX a lot, so it seems like your thoughts are his thoughts.
Well, I don't know. I just wasn't a fan of.
No, look me in the eye. No, don't look down. Look me in the eye.
I was not a fan of Lilith's leg being used as a weapon, I guess. And
whose fault? She was in my world.
She was in your world.
Don't get in my world. Don't get in my way. Bad things happen when you're in the prince's way. Bad things happen to Lilith. Bad things happen to O'Reilly Chambers. Bad things happen to all of Riot City. Where have they been for the past 8 months?
And as we saw,
bad things happen when you step to DBD.
As we saw,
Riot City. Who's Riot City?
At the BURGH Brawl.
Oh, that's right.
As we saw at the BURGH Brawl, TJ Sykes was a man of his word. He backed everything up. He came. He did everything that he said he was going to do, and he made things happen, regardless of who disagrees or who agrees. Like it or not, PWX undisputed champion TJ Sykes.
This whole thing about histories being going back and forth between you and STEPHON DEVEREUX, like the circle of respect and whatnot. It seems as though DBD, TJ Sykes, Nikki, and Black Magic, we don't get any respect. And you know what? That's just fine. That's just fine. That picture that you saw at the end of the night with us holding up all the championships.
Yeah.
That's all we need. We don't need people's respect. We don't need anything from the people. We take what we want, and that's all we ever do.
What's next? What's next? Come May 7th, at Heavy is the Head That Wears the Crown. What's next for the
Which you know that is named after me, right? Yeah. You know this event is dedicated to me.
You're on the poster, yeah.
Exactly. That's how it should be every single show. That's how it should be for every single poster. Just the Red Prince or the rest of DBD front and center where they should be. You guys
have all the gold right now. You
want to know what's next?
Yeah, I think everybody does. It's fair.
What's next is, you know what? Just like STEPHON DEVEREUX, the Red Prince TJ Sykes, your PWX heavyweight champion, has his own surprise come May 7th.
Another surprise,
but I'm not going to have it be a little PWX podcast exclusive. You're going to find out just like everybody else is going to find out at Heavy is the Head.
You're not going to throw me a bone for bringing you on the first time?
The bone is letting you know something's coming.
Okay.
That is the bone.
Warning. If that is all you got, TJ and Nikki, I appreciate you guys being the first
I can talk all day, Double D. I can talk about the fact that I've written my name in history becoming PWX champion.
You have.
Along the names of T-Rantula, the guys like Sean Shocker Evans, the great Samu, Shane Douglas,
Dean
SJK,
Radford.
Sterling James Keenan. And guess what? My name is on that long list of names. 27 years this championship's been around. 27 years this company's been around. And guess what? The Red Prince Tjay Sykes is a part of that history. That is what you should be talking about every single podcast.
I agree, because I think there's a lot more to come from Tjay Sykes in the future of PWX, and I think it's all going to be great. And we can agree to disagree. I think you can do it on your own.
Is that what you think? Is that what you think? Is that from your journalistic mind?
We're getting another call on the line. Would you want me to get it?
Go ahead. Go right ahead.
All right. Caller, you're on the air with Tjay Sykes and myself on the PWX podcast.
Hi.
Hi. Who's this?
Leatherman.
Hey, what's up? You got something to say for PWX champion Tjay Sykes?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Why do you cheat?
Why do you cheat? This is coming
Why
from
do I
our
cheat?
fans.
I don't cheat, kid. I win.
Caller, thanks for the call.
No, here, and just let you know, kid, I fight kids too.
That's terrible, TJ.
Don't get in my way. Don't have smart-ass kids calling up on your line talking about why do I cheat.
That's the fans of that pay the money to
Oh,
see
those
you
are the smart fans. Those are the smart fans of McKeesport. No wonder Casey Lennox came out in Baltimore Ravens jersey. Jeez, because she at least is smart about. You don't even want to comment?
That made me want to vomit. I wanted to cheer for that. I'm a big fan.
You don't
of her.
always get what you want. In this life, you don't always get what you want.
It was like
you get what you're handed.
Dagger stabbed in my heart, having her join Fight Society and
cry me a river. Hell, cry me a river, Todd. Cry me 3 rivers, if you will.
I like that. That was nice. That was clever. Well, May 7th, heavy is the head that wears the crown. I look forward to see what's next for you. The fans look forward to see it. And I know this didn't go as well as I thought with you, but I
thought this was a pretty successful interview, actually,
I respect everything
with your journalistic
that
integrity
you do and you have accomplished, and I look forward to interacting with you more in the future, and I look forward to what you are going to do in the future.
Great. Fantastic.
All right,
TJ. Is this interview over now? Is it done?
I don't, unless you have anything else to say. I think we'll just end it at that.
Yeah, it's been your pleasure.
Thanks, TJ. Tjay Sykes, the undisputed PWX champion, not too pleased with the fans or myself. I feel bad for the young one that called in and got yelled at by TJ, but. Saturday, May 7th, 7 p.m., heavy is the head that wears the crown. It's the first match announced. It's coming from the Angel Gate CEO, Jasmine. Casey Spinelli versus Casey Lennox, representing Fight Society. Get your tickets at ProWrestlingExpress.com. And don't forget the man, Tjay Sykes. We just had him on. The unified champion, Black Magic, will be there. Defending, hopefully defending. It hasn't been announced yet. Defending their unified PWX tag team championships. General admission is $15. Ringside is $20. Ringside is where you want to be. That's where all the action is. You may get hit with somebody's leg. I don't know. It gets crazier every week, every month at PWX, at the PWX Community Center. Get your tickets. ProWrestlingExpress.com. We're gonna have time for one more phone call before we hang up. Caller, you're on the air. You have the last say on what we're gonna talk about today at the Pro Wrestling Express podcast. Go ahead.
This is the Hero Champ Manic, and I want to know what I'm going to be doing at the next show, because we lost our tag team titles So what's going to be my next match? Do you have any inside info what the Hero Champ's going to be doing? Because Pittsburgh deserves its hero.
I'm sorry, Manic. I do not know what is in store for you and Fight Society. The only thing I know coming out of Fight Society is that newest member Casey Lennox will be taking on Casey Spinelli. That is something you will have to take up with CEO STEPHON DEVEREUX.
What I need you to make like a general announcement to McKeesport.
Well, you have the floor right now. You can do it yourself. This is the
Hero Champ. The Hero Champ, Manic, the Caucasian sensation, the marijuana blazing Caucasian sensation, and I'm tired of being disrespected by McKeesport. I'm a true hero, a hero of heroes, the champion to all heroes around the world. So when I come to McKeesport, it doesn't matter what I'm doing. I deserve to be cheered for. Not a stupid banana, not a dancing banana, not a comedy gimmick. I'm the Hero Champ. I deserve the center of attention. I deserve all the cheers. I'm tired of the disrespect from the crowd, talking about me being a deadbeat dad. If I focused on my kids, I wouldn't be as successful as I am. I wouldn't have such a long career if I waste my time with my children. I've dedicated my life to wrestling, and you will show me the respect of PWX and cheer for the hero when I walk through the curtain.
There you have it. The last word from your hero champion, Manic?
The Hero Champ, Manic.
And member of Fight Society.
The most important group at PWX.
Says you? I'm not going to agree.
Says everybody.
Well, I look forward to seeing what you have in store for May 7th, and I thank you for being a caller and calling in on the PWX podcast. Manic, I look forward to seeing you on May 7th.
Cheer for Manic.
There you go. Manic called in. He thought I would know what he's going to do on May 7th. I am not on the booking committee. I am not STEPHON DEVEREUX. I'll come. You want to come on the show and we'll talk about things? That's fine. I have no say on what's going to happen. But don't forget, get your tickets May 7th. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. ProWrestlingExpress.com. Get your tickets now. $20 for ringside, $15 for general admission. This one is going to sell quick. Thank you for tuning in to the first episode. And I have a little note for STEPHON DEVEREUX. Get me a co-host and a producer, damn it. All right. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.